Doug Flutie wins the Heisman 1984. How was that?
That was nuts. That was my junior year. I actually finished third. It was Mike Rozier, Steve Young, and then me. And so I was the front runner going into my senior year, and we had a big win early in the year against Alabama at Alabama. I was 2-0 against Bama, by the way. Just putting that out there.
See you, Saban.
Roll Tide.
I was the front runner most of the year. The Hail Mary happens, and it's like, now I'm thinking, this was something that was so out of the question to me of having in the realm of possibilities of winning the Heisman. It became, honestly, what if I don't win it now? I have to have that prepared. You know, how do I answer questions about not winning it? The day of the Heisman, though, we played Holy Cross that day. It was our last regular season game. I go from there, did a quick press conference, go in a van with the family and everybody to a local airport. BC alum had a private jet waiting. We take off, go to Teterboro in Jersey. Nice. We land, put my wife and I, my girlfriend at the time, fiance, we take a helicopter ride over to the city. My parents, everybody got in limos and head over to the city. Helicopter ride, land at a heliport across the street from the Downtown Athletic Club. Get out of the helicopter. Well, first of all, we're going over. We had a little extra time. And I go, any chance we can do like a tour of the city? And the helicopter guy, he's asked permission. Hey, knock yourself out. Doug Flutie, it's his day. Go. So we do a little lap around. This is my 20, we're 21, 22 years old, my wife and I.
In a helicopter.
Going to the
Heisman
Trophy, cruising around New York City. We land across the street. Now, I'm a kid out of it. We had no money, nothing. I'd never done anything like this. So they have a limo to drive us literally across the street. Get out of the car, go up. They had a room waiting. They had food and stuff. I had about 20 minutes to kill. And it's all set. And my wife looks at me and goes, you think they do this for everybody? You had to have won. There's no way they do this. They had no way. Because you don't know until they announce it. And that was just all very surreal. It was just a cool experience. And what's really cool now is go back every year and be around that room with the guys and the storytelling that goes on. There's a hospitality suite every weekend. And, it's just the storytelling and the guys that have been together for so many years. And the sad part is every year, somebody passes away. And they used to have the dais set up as, and they still do, but by age. And at the end, they put a helmet to represent anyone that had passed since. And it's like, once I get to the other side of this table, I'm not going anymore. It's like, no, I'm still left of the podium. I'm still on this side of the podium. Once I'm on that side, forget it. I'm not going anymore.
My God.
But you know what? Next year for the Heisman, we're getting an addition. We're getting Reggie Bush back.
Reggie coming back. So is Reggie. Reggie's younger than me. That's going to bump me to the other side. That's going to bump me to the other side. Right there, Reggie.
Take that Heisman back. Take it back.
I'm done. No, I'm not going.
Man.
Doug, how do you go back to campus after that?
What was really like, you fly to Heisman. Okay, that night's the TV event, and then you're there for a couple of days doing luncheons, whatever, blah blah blah, and they wear you out.
I bet.
Like I was worn out for 3 days of doing nonsense. So what I did was I wanted to be back on campus. I flew back that night and flew back to New York. Took a day before I went back to New York because it was such a whirlwind. I hated all that stuff, and it was really cool because one of the women that worked for NBC when I was doing broadcasting came up that she was a BC around the time I was at school. She was on campus. She said, and you don't know this stuff goes on. You don't know how people perceive you and what their attitude about you is at all. It was a really cool story of how everybody got together in their common areas to watch the presentation show and the announcement, and how you could have heard a pin drop on campus. And then when the announcement did, the place exploded. Everybody's out partying and throwing, vandalizing probably. But, it's just cool stories to hear because you weren't a part of that. You didn't know that was going on.